Hey kid, it's me. It's your dad. What is up? New location. Who this? This is my room. I don't know. I didn't want to go on a drive today, and family's not home, so it was the first opportunity that I could film in my room without being embarrassed. That my family would overhear me. So I'm doing it. And it means I get to stay at home, which is kind of nice. Anyways, what is up? What's up with you? How's it been? How's your week been? Hopefully good. Yes, my week was also good. It's pretty chill. I mean, worked 3 days and just was working, and I would come home and I would be too tired to really do anything, so I would go to bed because I'm readjusting from being sick still. But yeah, pretty chill. And then Friday evening, I think, I was doing school stuff. Well, I told you, I'm going back to school, but apparently you kind of have to have a counseling appointment, at least one, so they can tell you what classes you need to take and when to take them. Which I think is kind of stupid because the college knows what classes I've already taken, and so do I. And I know what I want to do. I know what degree I'm going for, or whatever it's called. So why can't you just tell me? Why can't I just say, I'm going for this, and I want to do it part-time for the time being? Tell me what classes to take. I don't know. I feel like that's how it should be, instead of having to talk to a person. But, oh well, I guess I'll have to talk to a person. But that's not for another couple weeks. So it'll be a while before you hear about that. But, pretty stoked about that. But it was Friday morning is when I checked on that, I think. And there were no counseling appointments available. And I was like, what? And it says, check back at midnight, because that's when they refresh. And I was like, what? People are scalping these counseling appointments. I mean, not actually, but kind of. I was like, oh boy, that's a little stressful. Anyways, so then Friday afternoon, the boys, and by the boys I mean my nephews, your cousins, I guess, got here, and so was hanging out with them. Oh wait, no, this is 2 different days. Sorry. No, I'm right. Yeah, they got here. We were hanging out with them. I was playing Silk Song, the Hollow Knight game. I think I told you that last week, because I think I started playing it last week. But I've been playing that this week. It's been kind of fun. It's really hard, but I pushed through the first, 12 hours of me playing, because the whole first 12 hours, I was like, this is hard and not rewarding. Hollow Knight, the first one, was hard, but it was rewarding when you would beat a boss. This one was not like that. But then I got through the first 12 hours, and I beat this boss called, I think, the Widow or something. And I was like, wait a minute, that boss was cool and rewarding. And I don't care that it took me 3 days to beat her. So now I'm enjoying it. But it still is very hard. But I think that's kind of part of the fun. Anyways, that was kind of a random rant. But so I was playing that this week, and I was playing that on that day. The boys came, I hung out with them a little, but then I had to stay up till midnight, so I played that till basically midnight. There was a boss. It's kind of fun. There was a boss that I couldn't beat for the longest time, and I had already given up on it twice. Well, not given up on it, but I would go to fight the boss. I would be like, this is too hard for me, move on. I went back to fight the boss. It was too hard for me still, moved on. And then I went back a third time. This was that third time. And I was fighting it at 11 o'clock at night. And I was like, I'm tired. I want to go to bed, but I have to stay up till 12 anyway, so might as well. And literally fought it for the whole hour. I just kept failing. Because each time you fight it, it's only like a 4-minute fight. But I just kept failing. So I did that for like an hour straight. And then literally at like 11:57, I'm like, well, this is the last one for sure. Because, it's a 4-minute fight. So 11:57, that gives me to roughly 12 o'clock. 12:01, I guess. And I was like, okay, well, this is the last one for sure. Because literally the moment I get that counseling appointment, I'm going to go to bed because I'm tired. And then, like, I'm fighting it. I don't think I'm going to win because I was taking some stupid hits. And then I beat it. And I was like, man, that's what video gaming is all about. Like, that last second when you don't think you're going to win and then you do. Oh, I was like, this is so cinema. So that was kind of fun. I did enjoy that moment. I didn't like that boss because I think that boss is kind of stupid. And everyone kind of complains about that boss because he just summons in a bunch of people. He's not a hard boss, but he just summons in guys that you have to fight. And no one likes that. Anyways, what else have I been up to this week? Reading this book. I finished The Martian Chronicles. Oh, there's a couple quotes that I want to tell you from that. Wait, hold on. Let me organize my thoughts. Let me finish going through my week. Okay, so finished that midnight. Got the counseling appointment. Like literally went on, refreshed the page, got it right away. Went to bed. Woke up the next day super early because the boys were here, and I was like, I'm gonna head down to Sonora. I already knew I was gonna head down to Sonora. I text the boys, as in not your actual uncles, but your uncles. And I was like, oh, let's hang out. Let's just go up. Let's go camping or something. And so that was the plan. I go down to Sonora. I finally get down there. I'm calling up Logan. He finally responds, and he's being lame because he's got a new girlfriend. Whatever. Fair enough. Teasing. But apparently it was a misunderstanding. He thought I meant the next day. So he was like, oh, well, I can't do today. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then I call up Sean, and I'm like, what do you want to do? And so me and Sean just ended up hanging out. I ended up going up to his place, which was kind of cool because I haven't been up there for, like, years. And I saw his mom and dad, and that was cool. And then we called up Bob. And I was like, hey, Bob, you want to hang out? And Bob, I haven't seen in, like, a year. It's been a while. So I was like, oh, yeah, that'll be good to, like, catch up with him again. And we just ended up hanging out with Bob all day. It was so good. And we went to the casino, not to go gambling, but to go to the arcade because the arcade got redone. And so we just played in the arcade for like hours, which seems a little immature, but it was fun. So don't judge me. No, we did the stinking coin tower game where you just drop coins and you're pushing the coins off the edge. I just played that like crazy. Yeah, that game was so fun. I got kind of addicted to it, hence the title of this video. No, it was so fun. We literally played that for, 30 minutes. So yeah, that's what we ended up doing. And then we got sushi after, and I had oysters for like the first time in my life ever, maybe. And they were so good. And I was like, I've been missing out on this my whole life. But I also can see how they might not be good at most restaurants, but they were good at Biwak and Sushi. So, yeah, they had some sauce on them. It was so good. Anyways, and I got, some sushi, a volcano roll. It was busting. Anyways, that's kind of my whole week. Now, on to other things. So I've been reading this because I finished The Martian Chronicles, which I don't have on me, but it's in the other room, which I should go grab real quick. I'll go grab it real quick in just a minute because I think this is going to end up recording. Until then, though, check out the room. I guess I'll give you a little room tour. How do I do this? I got to, flip this around. Yeah, so this is my room. This is my bed. It's kind of small, but that's okay. Here's my violin that I'm trying to learn how to play. That's the drone. This is my whiteboard. I love this whiteboard. I drew it when I first came home. I would draw like one thing every day, and wait, is it even in focus? And there's a bunch of like movie quotes on it. I love it. I've been meaning to like erase it and redo it, but I haven't done that. So yeah, but I love it. And then we have a bunch of junk over here. We have like cameras and books and stuff. Legos. This picture, and then we have this picture wall over here. There's a bunch of pictures from like YWAM, and this one Micah painted for me for my birthday. And I like this wall, and it's all like a color scheme. I don't know if you noticed that, but it's all like reds, yellows, and that green color. And and cream, and I'm like so stoked with that, because when I first came home, I was like, my room's just gray. It's all gray or like beige. I mean, the walls are just brown, you know? And my bedding was gray. And I was like, and the carpet is gray. And I'm like, this sucks. I'm miserable. I feel like I'm in prison. And I told my mom, hey, Mom, can we decorate my room a little? Like, get a color scheme and stuff. And so I think I picked the color scheme first. And then I found the painting. Well, I didn't find the painting. I already knew about the painting. It's like one of my favorite paintings. The Nighthawks. I love that painting so much. I don't know why, but I'm obsessed with it. And then I found the carpet. So if you ever want to decorate your room, find the carpet first, because it makes such a big difference. And then you just literally pick the colors off the carpet. Oh, it made definitely the biggest difference, I think. Because then you just know, you know. Yeah. And have like a famous painting to take the color scheme of, because that's a smart way to do things too, I guess. But I love my room. I love that it's decorated. Well, perfect timing. That was actually kind of perfect. Anyways, I got the book, The Martian Chronicles, Ray Bradbury, yeah. I love this book. There's so many good quotes in it. I've already read it once. It's my second read-through of it. I love this book so much. I would highly, highly recommend it. It was written, I forget, in like the 1950s, I think. I could be wrong about that. Or it was written in like the late 1940s, I think, and published in the 1950s. I'm pretty sure. Anyways, there's so many good quotes. I just pulled up two that I really like. And I'm going to read them to you. And I'm a terrible reader, so don't judge me on that. But the first one is, I forget what chapter this is, but maybe the fourth expedition, I think is the name of the chapter. I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyways, it goes, in this chapter, let me explain. In this chapter, a group of men land on Mars. One of them is like an archaeologist, and he runs away from the group, and he spends time learning the Martian language. And he's like, people are going to come here, and they're going to ruin what we have, or what the Martians had, and it's going to be sad. Like, people are going to do what people do best, and ruin everything, basically. And he goes back to the group, and then he kills a bunch of people, which is disagreeable at best. And then they like corner him, and they're like, hey, what are you doing? And then he takes the captain, and he's like, Captain, let me show you something. And he brings him to this town, and he's like, look at, the Martians like knew how to live. Us humans don't know how to live. Anyways, so this is a quote from that section. And it goes, this is the guy talking to the captain, the crazy guy. Well, the captain says, it sounds like the Martians were quite naive. And the other guy responds, only when it paid to be naive. They quit trying too hard to destroy everything, to humble everything. They blended religion and art and science because, at base, science is no more than an investigation of a miracle we can never explain, and art is an interpretation of that miracle. They never let science crush the aesthetic and the beauty. They never let science crush the aesthetic and the beautiful. It's all simply a matter of degree. An Earthman thinks, in that picture, color does not exist really. A scientist can prove that color is only the way the cells are placed in a certain material to reflect light. Therefore, color is not really an actual part of things I happen to see. A Martian, far cleverer, would say, "This is a fine picture. It came from the hand and mind of a man inspired. Idea and its color are from life. This thing is good." Chills. Literal chills when I read that. That is such a... I could get that tattooed on my body. Like, that's such a... There's something in that. I don't know. That's... Ugh. I love that quote so much. Anyways, that's the first one. I just love that quote so much. It's like, man, that really is... You said something there, you know? And this other quote, I like, because this book was written, need I remind you, 75 years ago. And so when I read this book, I'm like, wow. Or read this quote, I'm like, wow, that is crazy. It's hard. I gotta find it real quick. Oh yeah, here it is. Wait, let me go back a chapter. Okay. So this chapter is called Usher 2, and in this book, the government has banned any work of fiction, and this guy goes to Mars and he builds a house and he fills it with a bunch of fictional characters from all of these fiction books because he's mad at the government because he saw like, you've destroyed what amazing works of art. Right? And then a man from the government comes and he kills him because he's like, well, no, I'm not going to burn down the house. Anyways, this is... this is before he kills him. So he's talking to this guy from the government. And he's walking him through the house. And the guy's like, what is this? Basically. Anyways. The guy's talking about like, oh, you're causing a lot of trouble with all this, work of fiction, and the guy responds, yes, me and my he responds to the other guy. He says, yes, me and my library, and a few others like me. Oh, Poe's been forgotten for many years now, and Oz and the other creatures, but I had my little cache. We had our libraries, a few private citizens, until you sent your men around with torches and incinerators and tore my 50,000 books up and burned them. Just as you put a stake through the heart of Halloween and told your film producers that if they made anything at all, they would have to make and remake Ernest Hemingway. My God, how many times have I seen For Whom the Bell Tolls? Done. 30 different versions, all realistic. Oh, realism. Oh, here. Oh, now. Oh, hell. And I read that quote, and I'm like, damn, he was so on it. He knew. Because that's kind of what Disney is doing right now. I mean, lots of companies are doing that, but I think of Disney. Because all they do is remakes, and they just remake the same stuff over and over again. And they're all hyper-realistic. They're all, what's the word? Live action remakes. It's like, what's the call? That is an insane call to make. And he got it. Hit the nail on the head. And the first time I read the quote, I was like, I found some solace in it. Because I was like, man, I always say we're dealing with the same stuff, in the 70 years ago. That gives me, hope for our future. If they made it through it, we can make it through it. And then, the second time I read the quote, I got kind of mad. Because I was like, damn, we knew this was coming for 70 years and we did nothing about it? The death of creativity scares me. Anyways, and now I read that quote and I'm just like, man, I don't know. I don't know where I sit on it, but it's like, I think I get both of those. I get some solace out of it because, like, man, it has happened before. Basically, and they made it through it, and we'll be alright. But that's a crazy quote from a book from 70 years ago. I don't know. Maybe it's not that crazy. Maybe that's like would have been a regular. Maybe everyone was talking about that, and that could have been a prediction that anyone made. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyways, there's so many great quotes in this book. That's just two that I really, really love. Yeah, it's such a good book. Read the damn book. Anyways, I finished that book, and now I'm reading this book, which is, my sister went to YWAM with the person who wrote this book. So, yeah. So I got a signed copy. That's pretty cool. And I'm reading through it, but I'm, only a couple chapters in. So, I'll update you on that, what I think when I'm done with it. Anyways. That's pretty much it. I mean, I'm trying to think. Anything else? No? I think I told you everything. Got that counseling appointment. I'm pretty, relieved. Sorry about that. The card was full, apparently. Anyways, I should probably wrap it up anyways. I pretty relieved about the whole counseling appointment because I was stressing about, school and work all last week. And I was like, what am I going to do? Why am I going back? I'm so nervous. What if this is not what I am supposed to be doing? And now I have the appointment, and I'm just that's a big weight off my shoulders because I'm okay, I'm gonna have the counseling appointment, and then I'm gonna have my classes, and it was the first step, and I was putting it off, for a while. So, what else? That's pretty much it. That's pretty much my whole week. Oh, I went to Young Adults, and I got a word from someone, and they said. This was before I made the counseling appointment, and it was exactly what I needed to hear. Because as I said last week, I had a few panic attacks in my car on my way to work. I was like, what am I doing with my life? Which is not fun, because, yeah. But she said, you're so favored by God, was the exact words she said. And I got a little emotional, because I was like, that's exactly what I needed to hear, because I've been freaking out about my life and what am I gonna do and if I'm doing it right. And then right after she said, someone else said, basically you're gonna be right. God's got your back, and also the whole schooling thing. It might be not as long as you expect. It might be basically saying you might get into the field you're trying to get into without going, for a doctorate or whatever. And I was like, wow, this is exactly what I needed to hear at this exact moment, because I've been freaking out about school and life and if I'm doing everything all right. So, yeah, I got a little emotional, but that's all good. Yeah, that was good. It was good for me to hear that. And that's it. That's me. That's my week. It's been a good week. Every week's a good week. I feel like every time I stick and do one of these, I'm like, I've had a good week. So I hope you're having good weeks. If you're not, I hope they are coming. Yeah. Because good weeks are good. Plain and simple. Anyways, that's it. Oh, I was talking to Bob and Sean the other day, and they said maybe put these on TikTok. Now, I haven't been on TikTok for a while, and I thought it was still short form but apparently not. Apparently, yapping is a thing that a lot of people are doing on TikTok now, where they just post yap sessions in their car. So I might do that. And I know a while ago, I was all like, I'm going to do some short form content out of the longer form videos. But if I can just do that would be cool. If I can just post these as TikTok, I don't know what they're called on TikTok. That'd be cool. So, I don't know, I'm going to check that out today, I guess. Yeah. Anyways, that's it. That's it for me. I hope you're having a good day. Say hi to your mom for me. And, I love you. See you next week. Deuces.